Hello, welcome everybody back. We have some new news in the world of Lego Star Wars in the Mandalorian Mines of Mandalore Spider Tank set number 75361. Official images just released on that. It is going to be 526 pieces, 3 minifigs, releasing August 1st for $49.99 US dollars. So first things first, with the minifigs, we have a new Bo Katan. This is different from the Clone Wars version, which I'm really excited to see. There's arm printing, there is a new helmet, and confirmed there is a hairpiece, so probably a second face on Bo Katan too. Pretty good looking minifig. I'm into it. I think it looks great. I'm glad it's not just the Clone Wars version brought over to this different era. Of course, a little standard Baby Yoda. No Prim in the set or a bassinet or what have you, which is interesting considering that played kind of a role in the scene in question of Yoda, Baby Yoda kind of hanging out in his little bassinet. Mandalorian is the newer Mandalorian minifig, same as in the N1 Microfighter, as a new helmet. Of course, what we have to talk about is the big change that is the Darksaber blade. So there's a new, the kind of katana blade, still with the lightsaber handle. I say if we're going to redesign it, it should be a little more accurate. Now, previously we've had just a black lightsaber blade on the end of a lightsaber hilt, which is, to most people's standards, unacceptable for Lego. It looks nothing like the Darksaber. Darksaber doesn't look like a lightsaber. It should be completely different. I think what we have here with this set is kind of table stakes. This is what we should have gone with initially. You'll notice with Lego, a lot of these, when they first do a run of something, there's kind of a proof of concept design. They do that with blasters. They do it with other custom molds where it's kind of low-hanging fruit of how can we get as close to this as possible before we do a custom mold. And then eventually, as whatever, if in this case the Mandalorian, as it gains popularity, to do some kind of custom mold, something different. In this case, it's taken how many iterations of the Darksaber for us to get just the right shaped blade, and it's still not a great hilt. It's just a lightsaber hilt, so I feel like we're not there yet. And it's been how many years? It's been how many iterations of the Darksaber, and we still don't have it right. We just now have what I would say is the bare minimum for what a Darksaber Lego should look like. So what do you guys think? Have we gone far enough? Is this the end of the Darksaber road? You know, you can look online and see all the custom-made Darksabers that look great. I don't necessarily expect Lego to do a one-to-one Darksaber. However, just sticking a black lightsaber blade on the end of a lightsaber hilt that's not it, fam. As far as minifigs go, for 50 bucks, I would really like to see that creepy Cronenberg droid pilot thing that comes out of the tank. There are speculations that it could be hidden inside, and because the description does say that there's space for a minifig on the inside, I think that space is for the Mandalorian, not for the little droid thing, and I also think they would highlight that front and center if that was going to be in the set. I doubt that it would be included and not shown on the box, but one can hope. As for the tank itself, it looks really cool. It's got those big choppers out front. It's definitely lacking those creepy eyes of the droid control pilot thing that's inside it. We've heard that this is based on the concept art for the tank that did not have that creepy eye in front, meaning that the Lego designers were operating off of the concept art before they had the actual digital model of what it was going to look like. We've seen that happen before where designs are a little inaccurate because they're going off of early renderings of what something is going to be on the show or on the film, and then when it comes out we notice that it's different. This isn't a huge deal, but it kind of highlights a bigger problem of what I might call around timeliness of a build. That episode came out 2 weeks ago as of the airing of this video. It's a set that captures one scene from one episode from one show, and to me as you know how I feel about displayability and longevity for a piece. I'm not going to buy and display the spider tank from one episode of The Mandalorian. I would say the same thing about the snub fighter that was just released. I would say the same thing about Trouble on Tatooine. Those are all great scenes, cool little builds, but they're referencing fairly insignificant scenes in a random episode of a TV show and not really something that I want to immortalize in a Lego set. It looks like a fun build. They're all those aforementioned builds are cool, but look at this cool tank thing from that one random episode. I think to me, that's a problem. I would rather see more quality, more timeless builds than cranking out a $50 build with 3 minifigs. If I bought this, it would not be for the tank. It would be for the Bo Katan. It would be for the Mandalorian. It'd be for the new Darksaber. But the tank itself, although it looks cool, but for $50, I don't know, folks. What do you guys think? Is this something you want to buy? Is this a big enough draw? Was that scene cool enough where you're like, yeah, that scene was awesome, I want to build a set around it? Or is it just something that's cool to have? I don't know. This ships on August 1st, and the show just came out in March. So are we really going to capitalize on the excitement of that episode we just saw? We're going to pre-order it, and then it's going to come at the end of the summer wave? I don't know. That doesn't work for me. That's not how I that's not how I think about my Lego purchases. I wasn't so enthralled by that scene that I have to get this thing and I can't wait for it to come in 6 months. What do you guys think? Is this a day one buy for you? Is this something you're excited about? Was that scene cool enough that you want to immortalize it in Lego, or am I overthinking it? What do you think? Tell me about the new Darksaber. Let me know in the comments if you're new here. You know what to do. All right, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.